तो दोस्तों, if you applied for H1B lottery 3 years ago, your chances of getting H1B picked up were around 46%. But currently, if you would have applied for H1B lottery this year, your chances turned out to be less than 10% because there were 400,000 fraud registrations for H1B, and most of the companies that Department of Labor from US has released, most of the companies are either have a base in India or connected to India, or majority of the employees they hired from India. तो क्या रीजन है why companies, especially Indian owned companies, are doing H1B fraud? And is it true कि according to Institute's report majority of these companies are adding to US economy, या फिर they are actually just a source of cheap labor? Let's find out in this video.
The US Immigration Agency has raised serious concerns about the H1B visa lottery system. According to authorities, some companies are manipulating the system to gain an unfair advantage.
Now, to understand the system, let's see how H1B used to work 4 years ago. 4 years ago, H1B was not electronic. You had to use a paper-based system. When you submit, let's say my application, let's say my company submits my application, they will first file a petition in the form of paper, and then I will get into lottery. They will check if my case is genuine and if I am special labor in the specialty category. That means I am giving labor to US company which wasn't able to be given to the company by a US citizen. They need to prove that they are actually hiring a foreign born worker, which is adding specialty occupation to the company and to US economy. Once they prove that and once they think it's genuine, I will get H1B visa. But currently it is completely online and extremely affordable. It is so affordable that it costs $10. Agar aap chaho, then even me as an individual, I can create a company within 2 days. It's not like India. When I was trying to get my GST number in India, it took 3 weeks. But in the US, if you're trying to create an LLC, a company, it can even be created within 2 days. You create a company, in fact, you can, using your own company created in 2 days, you can file for H1B lottery for just $10, and you can create as many duplicate entries you want to. 10, 15, and it is possible. This is the biggest loophole. Why it was created? It was created to be really easy, but they never thought that it has become extremely easy. The reason behind this was that they wanted to decrease the hindrance to hire a foreign born worker so that they can just fill a simple application, $10, fill Hanur Singh's application and put it in the pool of H1B lottery, as compared to filing the petition directly. Pehle kya hota tha that you have to completely file a petition, collect my documents, my passport, my all documents including my F1 visa combined, and then send it for lottery. Now just with one form, $10 cost, I can get into lottery, and this is a biggest loophole towards H1B fraud. And this fraud is so big that you will not believe, out of 781,000 applications for H1B, around only 350,000 were genuine, one application for one employee, but remaining 400,000 applications are created by just 96,000 people. So 96,000 people are actually creating 4 times the application, around 4 per applicant, which is decreasing your chances to single digit, which used to be around 50% 3 years ago. It is so insane that currently, if you remove all the duplicate and fraud applicants and let's just keep 450,000 original applicants, one applicant, one case, your probability could still have been 15-20%. But currently, because of this fraud, it is less than 10%. Now, to understand the H1B lottery, before the online system, there used to be 100 to 200,000 applicants, and they used to fight for 85,000 seats in H1B lottery. Now, 60,000 were for all the applicants and 20,000 for master's students, and I did my undergrad and masters, and one of the reason to do masters was also to increase my chances in H1B visa, and biggest reason was to definitely learn more about computer science. But I personally did not get picked up for first 2 times, even though I had big probability. But usually if you do masters, you have higher chances of getting H1B visa in the pool of 85,000. 200,000 people used to fight for it. Now it has increased to 781,000, and genuine cases are only 400,000. So competition has definitely increased. And according to Wall Street Journal's report, US economy has potential to hire more people as well. According to May 1st, 2023 report by Wall Street Journal, there are around 9 million jobs in the US and only 4 to 5 million people to take those jobs. So United States of America is still the land of opportunities, but H1B visa is still capped towards 85,000 applicants. It hasn't been updated from the last 20 plus years. It has to be changed, and people are still debating about it. Now, because of the demand, people are using loopholes to actually increase chances as well. Now, to understand the loophole, let's talk about genuine scenario first. Let's say I as Hanur, I have 2 offers. I want to get 2 H1B filed. Let's say I have 1 offer from Amazon and 1 from Google. Not competing offers. It cannot be Amazon Web Services and Google Cloud Platform. Let's say Amazon Store and Google's search engine. So I have these 2 offers. I can actually take Amazon offer now and ask both the companies to apply for my H1B. So I can say, Google, I'll join you later. Let's move the starting date to 4 months later. So now in 1st April, when I get to know my H1B results, let's say Amazon, where I'm actually hired, they say that, oh, you did not get picked for H1B lottery, so goodbye. Or go to Canada, UK, or goodbye. Now Google will say that, by the way, you got H1B picked up before you were hired. I can actually choose to quit Amazon and go to Google, which could be considered genuine, but it is unethical because you are actually wasting the energy and money that Amazon gave you. It is completely unethical, but currently it is legal. Unethical, but legal. Now the fraud comes in the case of big consulting companies and small consulting companies. And big consulting companies के बारे में शायद किसी ने सुना भी नहीं होगा, but you might be shocked that big consulting companies, which are really rich, they have the best lawyers, they are not even caught in this H1B fraud. वो करते जा रहे थे, and they might continue doing it and might not ever be caught because they have the power. So big consulting companies, I don't want to take names, it could be MBBs, it could be other companies, without targeting anyone, they have the right to get you H1B at any point. You know how? Because they can actually, let's say first 2 years you don't get your H1B. Now 3rd year they can hire other consulting companies. So let's say you are hired by company A. Now let's say you do not get picked up by company A. That company A, which is a big consulting company, it will consult company B and C. So with B and C, they can actually file for H1B. $10 they will pay and they will file H1B for you. Now, company A will lay you off. They will say goodbye and they will hire you as a contractor through company C or B, wherever you get picked. So let's say you got picked by company C, they will hire you. You will work for company C indirectly for company A because you will be working as a contractor, which is completely illegal because you're working for the same company and they are laying you off and hiring you indirectly, and it is illegal. Many consulting companies are able to get away with it because they have the best immigration team, but in this fraud, many small consulting companies are caught. According to US Department of Labor, they have revealed only 4 companies, but according to Reddit, there are 10 plus companies in this H1B fraud who filed on an average 4 applications for 1 applicant to increase H1B lottery chances. And these include companies like Almeida, Tech Solutions, Pinnacle, and in fact Abroad Learning. Some companies के पास तो website भी नहीं है. Even then they were able to hire you and get you H1B allotted. And this is crazy because अगर वो ये कर रही हैं तो क्यों कर रही है? What is the reason? What is the benefit for the companies, especially Indian based companies who have some offices in India, US, Canada? Why are they doing it? Number one benefit is the business model of consulting companies is designed in a way they charge percentage cut of employees income. So let's say you are working for company B and they make you work for company A. So let's say A is a big company, B is the small company जो अभी पकड़ी गई, which got caught just now. तो B company actually hires you, but money is coming from A. So they will take percentage cut of 10 to 30% to give labor to company A. So let's say your salary is $50 an hour as a contractor. Consulting companies take $10 to $15 an hour out of that cut, and that's how they make money. Most of the companies which were caught, they have annual revenue of less than $5 million. They were small companies, not big companies, but they were doing it for the sake of money and they were giving you labor because you were needy. और मुझे क्यों पता है? Because if you check out my LinkedIn is flooded with emails and messages from these consulting companies जो कहती हैं, they say that we will give you training, we will give you job, we will give you job letter, you just have to give us cut from your salary in the end. That's all. मुझे शायद ऑफर लेटर के, I don't even have to pay for sometimes the offer letter, which is obviously scam if you're paying for your offer letter, but I don't even have to do it. It seems like really easy to get into it, but it is fraud. You should not get into it if you think कि आपकी job requirements is not genuine. If your salary is less than $60,000 per year, which is not allowed on H1B visa, some of these scams include the salaries given by these companies were less than $60,000. Some of the work done by these companies was not authentic work related to your degree because you have to prove you were specialty labor. Number 3 was that they were not able to prove that they cannot replace US citizen. So ye reports कारण they turned out to be fraud, and USCIS and US immigration is taking some sort of action on it. Number one solution they are recommending is they will increase the fees of H1B lottery from $10 to $250 so that इतना आसान नहीं होगा, because currently it is so easy that I can create my own company and hire myself as a H1B visa because $10 is nothing. So $250 you will have to think before spending. Next step is they are also thinking about one applicant, one H1B lottery only, which is a bit unfair. और ये solution है, but इससे भी बड़ी बात ये है that there are conflicting two reports that I have seen. Number one is through institutes research which proves that 30 companies in the US, which could be big companies, you know, they are actually hiring 50% of the H1B workers and getting cheap labor through foreign born workers or immigrants. And दूसरी side पे report ये कहती है that foreign born workers in the field of mathematics and engineering are earning 14% more than US citizens, and there are plenty of opportunities. For example, electrical engineering, according to Wall Street Journal, 70% of the students in that field in master's undergrad are immigrants. And in this area of engineering and mathematics, there are so many opportunities but less US workforce available. So that's why immigrants are fitting in. On the other side, institute report तो ये कह रही है कि ये सब कुछ झूठ है. Actual में the goal is to get cheap labor. Reality ये है कि दोनों ही सच हैं, because at the same time these companies are trying to get cheap labor as well. But इससे भी बड़ा truth है that immigrants are working 30 to 40% harder as compared to US citizens. They are trying कि उनको lay off ना किया जाए, their performance is the highest, so that they can stay and they do not get laid off because of performance issues, and their chances of growing in the company are higher. Because research ये भी कहती है कि H1B workers को grow करने में difficulty भी आती है. So that is the big reason I believe both of these research are true, and US still has vacancy of around 5 million jobs to be filled. It is also possible that dream job you are looking for is not available in the US, but somewhere, some place, there is definitely a vacancy for an opportunity that you can find in the US. So for example, abhi recently CloudGen LLC, a company in the US which has accepted they were bringing employees from India as an H1B worker in this fraud case, even though they didn't have any job available for them, any related work available for them, any genuine case which proves specialty labor, but still they were able to bring employees from 2013, उनको H1B पे लाकर, after the H1B is approved, they were able to make them switch to the company they can work for, and it was fraud, caught, and they were fined around $2 million, and for the next 3 to 5 years they will not be able to hire any employee in the US, and their license from Department of Labor will be cancelled as well. और अभी मैं वीडियो देख रहा था by UDJ, and according to that, in this conspiracy, if you're employee or employer, you are equally liable and you could be punished as well. आपको लग रहा होगा that only punishment you can get is you will be actually banned from the country for next 10 years and you will be deported, but it could be worse in some cases because you are equally punishable. So I will recommend everyone to not get into this fraud. You might be getting many emails कि यार we will give you job letter, we will keep you job ready for H1B, but I will say get a genuine offer letter. If you cannot, then you can get into cap exempt H1B category as well, which is connected through public institutions, NGOs, and there are other ways to get cap exempt H1B visa. But ये भी truth है, there is not much money in cap exempt H1B visa which comes through universities. You might not be making a lot of money like engineering, but there is a way you can file a genuine case with your attorney and get H1B visa in this category. So what do you think about it? Let me know in comments below. And special thanks to our affiliate partner InkFile. If you're trying to make an LLC in the US, you can use it and get an LLC within 2 days sometimes if you choose their golden package, and they will give you company's EIN number within few days emailed to you, and everything is electronic. You can check out with my link in description below. And thank you so much for watching.